Look at them. Gideon has brought shame on the family.
My name is Gideon. I am the firstborn of a family people used to call the family that misfortune loves. Nobody ever succeeded in our bloodline. No one ever owned a car. Nobody built a house. Nobody ever made it. Everyone was poor. Everyone looked older than their real age. Everyone worked hard but remained stuck. People said something was wrong with our family. Some whispered that long ago, our great-grandfather offended someone. Some said maybe someone cursed our bloodline. Others said we were just unlucky. All I know is, we suffered. My father and mother were already old but still struggled to feed us. My father farmed with weak hands. My mother sold firewood, walking long distances with shaking legs. We were 5 children. I was the eldest. And the one everybody kept looking at like, will you also fail? Even our relatives were poor. No help anywhere. Sometimes we ate once a day. Sometimes not at all. When I was 21, something heavy fell on my spirit. I felt trapped. Like the village was squeezing my life small. One evening, my father called me and sat me down under the mango tree. He said words I will never forget. Gideon, if you don't leave this village, this place will break you. I asked him, where will I go? He looked at the sky and said, anywhere. Just leave. Your life is bigger than this soil. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing his voice. I knew he was right. I had no money. No relatives to stay with in Lagos. No plan. Nothing. But I left. I begged for transport at the motor park until a driver allowed me to sit in the back corner of the bus. He only agreed because I cleaned his bus for him. It took almost 10 hours to reach Lagos. When I came down from the bus at Ojota, the first thing that hit me was heat, noise, people, confusion. It was like everybody was rushing somewhere. Life was moving fast, and I was moving slow. I had only 350 Nigerian nairas in my pocket. I told myself, Gideon, if you fail here, there is no place left for you. I started looking for work immediately. Construction site, no space. Security job, no opening. Loading work, they chased me away. I worked from morning until night. My legs were shaking. My head was hot. My chest felt tight. When night came, I had nowhere to sleep. That was the first night I slept under Third Mainland Bridge. I wasn't the only one. There were many young guys like me. Some from the north, some from the east, some from the south. All with the same story. I came to Lagos to change my family story. Some slept with nylon bags under their heads. Some slept with one eye open. Some didn't sleep at all. That night, I heard things. Footsteps. Cars rushing. Water moving under the bridge. People whispering. But around 2 a.m., something strange happened. The older homeless men started standing up one by one, slowly. Like something woke them. One of them, an old man with white hair, walked to me and said, "Firstborn, your father is calling you." I froze. He had never met me before. He didn't know anything about me. But he said it again. "Your father is calling you. You must go home soon." I didn't sleep again till morning. 3 days later, my mother called me with a shaking voice. She said, "Gideon, your father is very sick. Come home." My heart dropped. I didn't even have money to eat. How would I travel? I begged people at the park again until someone paid half of my fare. When I got home, my father was lying on a mat. Thin. Weak. Breathing like someone whose breath was borrowed. When he saw me, he smiled faintly. He said, "Don't cry. This is how my own journey ends." I knelt beside him and held his hand. He said, "Listen to me, Gideon. You will suffer. You will cry. Lagos will beat you. Life will push you. But don't go back. Don't give up. You are the one that will break this thing holding our family. I asked him, which thing? His eyes grew weak. But he whispered, every family has its shadow. Yours is heavy. But you were born to break it. Then he closed his eyes. And that was it. My father died. Just like that. No strength to fight. No money for treatment. No hope. We buried him the next day. People in the village whispered, that family again. They are cursed. They never rise. My mother cried until she had no tears left. And when I looked at the faces of my sisters and brothers, all younger, all hungry, all scared, something inside me tightened. I told myself, I will not let this family die poor. But Lagos was waiting for me. And Lagos does not care about your promises. When I returned to Lagos after the burial, I felt empty and scared. The city did not care if I was broken. It swallowed people like me every day. Third Mainland Bridge became my bed again. Hot days. Cold nights. Mosquitoes. Noise. Men who had given up. I walked the streets every day looking for a job. I asked, begged, carried, swept, anything. Many days I walked until my legs hurt and came back with nothing. The old men under the bridge saw me and spoke in their small, sharp voices. One of them, the white-haired man who had said my father called, sat near me and said, you carry heavy thing. Not only hunger. The village also sent something with you. I didn't answer. I had stopped believing everything people said. But I felt the words in my chest. A month after my father died, my last-born sister called. She was crying. Gideon, she said, I am pregnant. My head went cold. She was only 17. My mother was beside her, breathing hard. The boy. He worked at the park. He was loud. He played with others. He denied the pregnancy. He said the girl lied. People began to talk. That family again, they said. The curse. I felt shame. I felt like a ruin. One day, at the bus stop, I saw the boy, the Agboro. He was with his friends, laughing. When he saw me, he shouted and pointed. I tried to walk away, but one of his friends grabbed my arm and slapped me. A small fight started. People gathered. Voices rose. The boy spread the story that I had bad plans for his girl, lies. The crowd grew quick. In Lagos, crowds grow fast. The police came. They didn't care who was right. They saw a boy in blood-stained clothes and a man with a dirty face. They saw the easy story. Thief, one said. Troublemaker, said another. Someone said I had stolen a phone. People nodded. I tried to explain. I said I was Gideon, I was the firstborn, my family had taken care of me back home. I said the boy denied his own child. No one wanted to hear me. People like me in Lagos get blamed first. A small policeman pushed me into the station. I felt each step like it was a stone added to my chest. The cell smelled of sweat and old fear. I lay on a hard bench and watched the dark roof. I had 23,500 naira in my bag, the small money I had saved from odd jobs. They took my bag. They said they must search it for stolen things. I watched them turn my small life inside out. They found my money and my mother's picture and a small rosary my sister had given me. They found nothing to prove the boy's story. But Lagos police have rules. They said they would hold me until the owner of the missing phone came to confirm. I had no papers. I had no friend. I had no story that mattered to them. I lay down, listening to men snore and cry. I thought of the village and the old mango tree, and my father's last breath. I thought of my sister and her shaking voice. I heard a soft voice in the dark, not from the men, but like wind that moves leaves. Do not run from your name. Your name is your road. I didn't know where the voice came from. I only knew I believed it. Morning came. A woman from the motor park came to the station. She had seen the fight. She knew the boy was the one who had hit me first. She saw the boy run away. She told the police the truth. Then something funny happened. The real missing phone owner came. He said his phone had been taken at the park, not that morning. The police looked at each other. The case changed fast. The Agbero boy was scared now. Maybe his friends told him this was getting too big. Maybe he realized the police looked closer when someone else spoke. That night at the station the boy confessed. He had lied, he said, because he feared shame. He said his friends pushed him to accuse. He said he had told stories to cover his own foolishness. They took his statement. They let me go. They returned my money. They gave me my small rosary back. I walked out like a man who had been through a fire. On the street, freedom tasted bitter. I still had no job. My sister still was pregnant. The village still whispered curse. But I had survived the cell. I had survived without a paper shield. I had no power, but I had something they could not take away, the small strength that comes from not dying in a place that wants you dead. After the cell, I kept seeing people who did not belong in the city. An old woman with a wrapper tighter than cloth. She stood once near a bus stop and watched me. Her eyes were bright and full of calm. She came to me and spoke in a voice as soft as dry leaves. You carry your father's worry like water in a leaking bowl, she said. You try to fill it with money, but the hole is old. You need to mend the bowl from the bottom. I did not understand all she meant. She told me a small thing, go and work for the small woman that sells food under the bridge. She is kind. She eats what she cannot sell. Serve her well. She named the woman Auntie Kemi and walked away. I followed the strange order. The city gives few clear paths, and when it does, you take it. Auntie Kemi's place was small. She cooked for drivers and workers. She paid 3 times what men under the bridge got when they cleaned cars. I started washing plates, sweeping, serving, running to the market. It was small money, but it was honest. Every naira I kept felt like a new seed. I sent something home. Even the smallest amount made my mother cry for joy. She used the money to buy good food and a small visit to the clinic for my sister. My sister's baby came. She delivered at home with a midwife. The boy who denied the child was shamed when the village people pointed fingers. He ran and nobody saw him again. People in the village began to look at us a little different. When a family has no hope, the first small hope can change the tone of the whole town. Even as work filled my days and I began to sleep at Auntie Kemi's small room, some nights the tapping at my window began. Tap, tap, tap. At first I thought it was rats. But the sound sounded like someone counting slow, patient numbers. Once I pulled the curtain and saw nothing, only the street lamp, an empty alley, a slow dog. Another night I heard the tapping and a soft whisper I could not put into words. I felt a small fear move in my chest like cold water. I began to believe there was more than just hunger and shame following me. There was a quiet voice, maybe my village. Maybe an old thing that some families carry in story. The old man under the bridge had warned me. The planting man had spoken of charcoal and fire. The old woman had urged me to mend the bowl. The world filled with signs. I kept working. I kept sending money. The family breathed easier. But Lagos kept testing me. The city never stops testing. When I got out of the police station, I thought my danger was finished. I thought that the fight at the park and the arrest were the hard time. I was wrong. Harder things were coming. But so were opportunities. One day while I cleaned plates, a man in a plain shirt came into Auntie Kemi's shop. He ate slow and watched people move. When the rush eased, he called me. You work here? He asked. I said yes. He said, I run a small company. We deliver goods around Lagos. I need people who can run, who can be honest, who can carry weight and smile. Come to my office tomorrow. He gave me a card, Mr. Tond. I was not sure if this was real. But I came the next day. At the office, the air smelled of clean dust. The boss watched me carry a heavy box up the stairs and didn't complain when the box dropped on my foot. He said, "You have hands that can hold. You take the job." My salary was small but better than plates. I had a timetable. I had a uniform. I had papers. That simple thing made me feel like a new man. I learned maps. I learned routes. I learned to talk to angry customers. I learned to wake up when the world was still black and go to work. I sent more money home. I paid my sister's clinic bills. I bought a small phone for my mother. When she called and thanked me, her tears were smooth with pride this time. The village slowly stopped whispering as loudly. While life steadied, the small folktale signs did not stop. One afternoon, walking to work, I saw the old woman again. She looked older and a little sad. She walked slowly beside me and said, "Gideon, you mend the bowl with work. But remember, sometimes the bowl was made that way by hunger and grief. You cannot erase all the cracks with money. You must also forgive the ones who cursed you, the ones who laughed. And you must learn to sleep when the night is heavy." I said nothing. I carried the words like a small thing in my pocket. After a year of steady work, something had happened. The delivery company had a problem. A big client complained about missing goods. The owner wanted to fire someone to quiet the client. My name was one the owner put forward because I had been late once. I was called into the office. My heart thumped. If I lost this job, the small gains would fall like dust. When the owner said I might be fired, I felt old fear come back. I remembered sleeping under the bridge, the tap on the window, my father's voice. I did not react with anger. I asked for a chance to fix it. I worked overtime. I talked to the client. I gave my time. After 2 hard weeks, the missing goods turned up. A worker had hidden them because of his side business. I returned the trust. The owner looked at me differently after that. "You are not an enemy," he said. "You are one of few who can keep going." Years slipped like stones into a river. I learned a lot. I saved. I sent more money home. The family slowly grew strong. My mother's hands stopped trembling when she walked. My sister's baby grew and smiled. My younger brother started school and then apprenticeship. Then the day came I bought a small car. A used car, yes, but it was ours. I drove it to the village. When I came out, people turned like fields facing sun. My mother cried until the tears made her face shine. The same men who laughed pointed fingers now patted my back. The boy who denied my sister's child ran and hid like his shame would swallow him. That hurt me, but not because I felt pride. I felt pity for a man who could not stand his own child. One night, after a long meeting and a phone call from my mother, I sat alone in my new small house in Lagos. I drank a cup of hot water and felt my bones ache from work. Tap, tap, tap. I froze. The sound was the same as before. I walked to the window slowly, and in the street below I saw no child, no shadow. I felt a memory move in my chest. Then, under my breath, the city seemed to whisper something I could not place. It was not fear anymore. It was a small warning and a small mercy. "Do not forget the bridge," a voice said, not a voice I heard before but memory speaking. I remembered the old man under the bridge, the plantain seller who gave me charcoal, the old woman, the white-haired man who told me my father called. Signs were not a blockade. They were steps. I understood then, the things that followed me were not only curses. They were warnings, maps, and sometimes teachers. I opened a small workshop. I hired the boys who stayed under the bridge to help with small deliveries and repairs. I paid them better than they expected. I taught them simple skills. I told them my story each day. Some left. Some stayed. A few found small jobs and then left happy. I saved their lives in simple ways: food, a bed for the night, a small loan to buy a phone. The bridge became less full of sleeping bodies because men had work. The city kept testing the young ones, but some of them began to stand. When you come from a place that everyone says is cursed, life always gives one more test. Mine arrived in the form of a big offer for a contract. If we won this contract, my company would grow. If we lost it, other bigger companies would swallow us. One day before the presentation, my boss got a call that a shipment was damaged. We were in trouble. I was told to go and fix it. If I failed, the firm would lose the contract. I drove through a Lagos storm. Rain hit the windshield like heavy hands. I got to the warehouse and found the missing items scattered and wet. I walked through the night with 2 staff. We packed, we dried, we drove. I slept little. The presentation came and we won the contract. At the meeting, a director said, "Who is the man from where you got your staff?" He pointed at me, smiling. I led the new team. We grew. We hired more people from small places. We changed lives. Years passed. I became older. I looked at my mother and saw time reversed. She laughed more now. She walked tall like a woman who had cooked many meals without hunger. My younger brothers built small workshops. My sister ran a shop. Even some of the men who once said curse now asked for work. One night I sat by the window of my house. The city lights were not the same as the village fires, but they had their truth. The tapping came again, soft. I pulled the curtain. A small boy walked past and tapped the lamp post low. He did not look at my window. I felt peace. I whispered to myself. Maybe it was never a curse. Maybe it was a call to move. Maybe some families carry stories that are heavy to bear. But work and heart can change them. I thought of the old woman and the charcoal and the man who said, "Mend the bow." I understood, the bow had cracks. I filled some of them with work and love and help. A few cracks remain. They are just marks of the road. At the end, I told my family one thing when they came to sit with me. We will still have hard nights. We will still hear knocks. But we will meet them with light. We will feed hope. Then we laughed. Not the kind of laugh that hides worry. The kind that lives in truth. This is Gideon's story, the firstborn who left the village, slept under Third Mainland Bridge, came back, faced arrest and shame, worked small, met strange elders, listened to old women, and grew himself and his family out of poverty. The folktale signs were there, soft taps, old words, and strange people, but the word that changed him was the one he built by hands and heart. If you use this story for Vaultside Stories, you can end the video with this call to action. If Gideon's story touched you, subscribe to Vaultside Stories. More true African stories are coming, stories of struggle, fear, and the small lights that save us.